Hello everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Modsauce 2. This wasn't how I planned to start the episode. But I was in search of iron real quick and I came across this guy. And up here, look at this. It's another one. Let's block this water off. Right there. There's two zombie spawners. Right there. Like, what are the odds? I was sitting here and hunting for iron and just zombie noise after zombie noise and it's just double spawner. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. So let's take a peek in the chests. We have a black lotus. We have a place to throw all of this crap. Ender pearl, definitely take. Netherwort, taking. Black lotus. I'm pretty sure that's just like it's a one-time mana burst to your tools. This chest, some dark steel. Oh, an ender lily. Oh yeah. Look, some iron. I'm not gonna worry about dimlets just yet. RF tools is a bit beyond me just yet. What's in you? A little bit of redstone, wheat, vial of enchanting. Look at that. Don't need the vial. I will take the diamond horse armor. What's in you? More ender pearls. More netherwort. Mega rubber sapling. How about no? I've used those before. In Modsauce 1, I made the mistake of planting one of those. Let's not speak of that. Alright. So yeah. Welcome back. Like I said, I just had to show you that. I have enough iron for what I was wanting now. It was this way. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I just kind of go in a straight line with my hammer. And all this stuff that the hammer can't pick up just gets left behind. I'll come back and get it later. It is not a concern right now. Right now I want to get this iron smelted up. Because I need it. So I'm going to get that sorted out, and then we'll do a proper intro. Alrighty. Well, now that I'm back at base, hi! Yep, this is where I plan to do it. Oh, but I found that double spawner, and I'm like, quick, get everything ready, let's go. So anyway. What's the deal for today? Well, the reason I needed the iron was for this guy. It needs a block of iron. It's a lava generator. Haha. Lava generator. It's for this. You can kind of see it's already sort of running. Let's get rid of any either. But it's running at minimum power. Like everything is just kind of, super slow. Been working on a little bit of the setup, and I'll explain it in a second. Let me in. I just want to get this third generator in. Extract. Give it lava. There we go. Adds a bit more power. Now this is using the lava piped all the way over there from the crucibles. And it's taking it from the drums. So, free lava. So I figure I may as well use it as a supplemental power. I will hook up the solars, but for testing it, I figured a little bit of power. Anyway, now to explain this chaos. It's pretty interesting what I'm trying to do here. What I have here is a single cobblestone generator. It's just one. All this cobble. Blue in. Now, this line goes everywhere. It's connected. Well, I shouldn't say it goes everywhere. You can see it goes here, down there, down there. Right? But these aren't filled with cobblestone. What it's doing, though, is you can see here, the item line goes up there, and into there. But thanks to the way Ender.io works, it only goes into the color that it corresponds with. So that's a blue out, so it's looking for blue ins. So it's sticking cobblestone in here. It then has a green out, and I should probably put the power to insert. That might help it a little bit, but it looks like they're charging, which is good. So maybe 3 generators was the magic number, and I think I set that one to extract. So yeah, then it's extracting items on a green channel. Now, I'm thinking I might switch these pulverizers over to Ender.io's sag mills, just because then I could put 2 here, due to Ender.io's ability to push and pull from the same side, whereas thermal expansion cannot. So these guys are taking all the cobble, turning it to gravel, sending it down the green line, despite that it's the same line. Now it's going into here as gravel, because this has a whitelist filter for gravel. This one has it for sand or dust, because this sand is a byproduct, so it's not guaranteed. And then what happens is I don't want to process dust or sand in here, so there's no dust being able to leave. This has a blacklist for sand. Sorry, I don't want to process sand. I only want to process dust. Yes, okay. So what's happening then is the gravel here is then coming out here, and I don't need to worry about this and this being both a green line because it's 2 separate systems. There is no item connection between those 2. So it goes up, goes to all of these. Those ones are purple, these ones are green, and they have an in set to in out. Extract is brown, insert is green on all of them. All of them are brown. Brown line comes down to this chest. So this is the output chest. And this is why I wanted to run tests. I mean, for starters, it's getting me free stuff, but it's also showing that the system is working. Stuff's going where it should be. Gravel's ending up in there, sand is ending up in there, and the output's ending up in here, despite that all of these lines are all interconnected. And there's no filters on these ones. The only filters exist here. Now, what I'm going to be doing with the sand is turning it to dust. So what I will probably do is I might remove this blacklist filter and put them on these things so that I can then extract the sand through the purple line and have another pulverizer to turn it into dust. Loop it back into the chest, so basically just connect it to the green input and do it that way. However, that's if dust can be made with, or depends on what dust can be made with. Dust. Okay, so basically the pulverizer or the hammer. Now I could use the hammer. The hammer's just fine. It has speed upgrades. I might want to use the hammer. A, I already have one made from my system that I had upstairs. And B, its speed upgrades are... I don't have to completely remake the machine. Like, that's one of my biggest issues with thermal expansion. Ender.io, add a capacitor. It increases speed, battery power, stuff like that. you know, it's not the greatest, but it's pretty nice. Mechanism, speed upgrades, energy efficiency upgrades, gas upgrades, stuff like that. You know, all these little upgrades you can just put right in. Thermal expansion? No, you made the basic machine, that's it. You've got to completely remake it as a resonant machine or something like that in order to get the better benefits. I mean, I can understand it, but it's still a little frustrating. Anyway, on insert, we want to add a filter, blacklist for sand, so that it does not send sand to those. Now, because it's on the purple line, it's not going to send them to these. I don't need to worry about filtering those out. I do, however, need an item line. Like, nope, not like that. Like that. There we go, there we go. Perfect. Now, if we take all of the sand out of there, we can actually just take this filter, and if we're quick about it, stick that filter in there. Saves having to configure a new filter. So there, now sand won't go anywhere. It just sits there and goes, I don't see anything, I can't go anywhere. But now, we will give it a spot. So we need to change this one to purple and say insert. Gravel. Oh crap, I didn't change it to purple. Whoopsie-daisies. There we go. Gravel, you go in there. I forgot when I changed it to insert it. It reset it back to green. So there we go. Now all the sand is going to go in there. So then we just need to pipe it some power. And it's, well, it's crappy. Alright. And then what I want to do is items and extract. Because all this will do is change the sand into dust. And that dust will go right back into here, which will then immediately get sucked out and put into here. Hopefully I'm making sense. Now what I can do is let's deactivate that just to see it. Oh, the power situation is horrendous. I need to move my solar power over here pronto. Because these lava gens, they're doing what they can. You're backwards. I can't rotate you with the hammer. Okay. The lava gens are all well and good, but they just can't keep up with the power demand for this system. See, there you go. It made dust, and there's the dust, and it's just this little loop. All it does is it loops the sand around until it turns into dust. Because I just have no need of processing dust. So turn that back to always active. It's going to send it up to its own 2 sieves. So that is pretty snazzy. So now we have a system that, running off of cobble-generated lava, and a fair amount of it, grant you. All these barrels have a bunch in them. If I hold a hammer here, you can see all of that. I tried to do the whole in-out thing in the back. It wouldn't extract the lava. It just wouldn't. I don't know if it has to wait till the drum's full to extract, but yeah, it just wouldn't. So I figured, whatever, fine, I'll do it this way. I can still hide it with the conduit covers, because Ender.io is awesome sauce like that. So yeah, cobble-powered lava is powering a cobble-powered machine that is producing gravel and dust, all filtering through those guys, all to produce this. Like, 3 diamonds already. 3 diamonds. 55 broken iron. Like, holy crap. This is cobblestone. That's all this is. We're using cobblestone. I mean, this storage is not going to be enough. I'm going to have to increase the size of this chest. I'm probably going to have more than one chest. This is temporary, just for the sake of testing. my initial thought was to use these sections here or these ones, the two wall sections here. They're each 6 blocks, and put drawers in them with the drawer controller and just have all of the items pump into the drawer controller. The only downside to that is that in terms of ore alone, this process outputs 8 different ore types, and then it outputs coal, lapis, and flint, emeralds, and diamonds, redstone, glowstone. Like it outputs more than 12. So I can do the there's these guys that can hold 4. You know, the 2x2 guys, but they can only hold 8 stacks. So I might have to give you know, make like the best upgrades possible, 13 times storage, because that would be pretty decent. That would be pretty decent. That might just be the solution, is to go for the 4x ones, the 2x2 oak drawers, or well, whatever would I make them out of, and go from there. Maybe the more prominent things like iron will get their own full drawer, because they're gonna have a lot. But in the meantime, it looks sort of like things. Yeah, no, things aren't charging. So we're gonna have to move the solar over. All of those machines are gonna go in that wall anyway, so we may as well go ham. Smacky, smacky, smacky. Oh. Oh. Oops, excuse me. Convenient to know. Smacky, smacky, smacky. Smacky. Smacky, smacky. Smack. Hee hee hee. Ah, you are. Good. I like things when they're compatible with the hammer. Alright. Now my inventory is full of junk. So I've already determined where it comes up, and unfortunately it actually comes up right there. So I've kind of jigged it around the corner here. So that's where it's gonna appear. Although maybe what I should do is keep it underground. I like that idea better. Let's move it to, say, about there. And that's where we take the battery. Dirt. That way it's not right next to the cow pen. Whoa. Why do I have a... What is... You see that? It's like a segmill icon. That... What the heck? Alright. Let's put power on this. There we go. So yeah, I mean, I'll make this thing bigger over time and whatnot. So now we need to go down there. Whee! And that's... is right there. So we take this power line. Down one more, over. Connection. Now watch all these things fill up. Brrr. Look at that. Look at that. It's like a cheat code. It reminds me of my SimCity days and power to the masses. Unlimited power. Whoa. Oh, that's the hole. There we go. Now look at these guys. They're all blazing ahead. They've got full power. Aw, yeah. Yeah, baby. Alrighty. That solves that issue. Now, of course, I do quickly want to go and check on the battery to see if the solar panels can keep up with it. I have a feeling it's going to be draining from you first. You are going down in power. That's not good. This is not good in the slightest. That is pulling too much power. I'm not producing enough to maintain that. That sucks. That sucks a lot. Okay, well, I'm gonna worry about that. I'm gonna get a couple of conduits here. I'm gonna... yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to worry about storage. I mean, in the meantime, I can, like, add more chests or whatever. It's just, holy crap. There's a whole bunch of sand in there getting processed. This thing gonna need some speed upgrades. That's slow. I'll look into the sag mills, see if those are better for this production. And, yeah. Ooh, look at that. It's producing more cobble or gravel than it's needing. So if I could turn some of this into sand, that would increase the dust production. Because these things are going as fast as they can. I'll get speed upgrades. It's just speed upgrades for this thing require blazing pyrotheum. And I only just got this little bit of blaze powder. So, yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, well, sag mills, not an option, unfortunately. They just turn cobblestone straight into sand, and sometimes produce gravel. I want gravel more, because gravel is what produces the good stuffs. Sand is useful for the dust, that's it. So, I mean, this is fine for that. I was hoping for gravel production. Oh well. The other option for gravel production is this guy right here, the mechanism crushing factory. I went straight for the advanced function. This one currently is set up in a loop to make me a bunch of sand, so that I can then smelt it all for more solar panels. So, but I don't have to have this in a loop. But you can see how fast that's going. It's only got 4 speed upgrades in it right now. It can go twice this speed. And I can increase it to 7 rather than just 5 if I go for the elite factory. So I could have this thing, or I could have 2 of these things. One making gravel, the other one making sand, because actually I don't even need to have this making sand. Like, that makes sand incredibly fast. I would need more than one of these things making dust, of which I could do at some point. And I might do, but so I might just switch to this rather than the pulverizers, because okay, I'm making a surplus of gravel, that's for sure. I just had a thought. What happens if I have one of these guys taking cobblestone, turning it into gravel? Okay? Sends it all to this chest, or the equivalent thereof. I might turn this into a drawer too, because those can hold more space within a single block of a one item type. And the extra utilities has... I possibly spelled it wrong. Yes, here, the rationing pipe, or the hyper rationing pipe. The rationing pipe is what we would want, though. Only insert a maximum of 1 stack of any type of item into an inventory. Theoretically, I could then have it that a stack of gravel at a time is moved over and turned into sand and then dust. I don't know. Either that, or we can find, like, just get a regular old chest of gravel that gets turned into sand, and just let it fill up, and then that way it would stop, and then the gravel would back up again, and you know, I don't know how the rationing pipe works. I don't know if it's going to be a matter of, you know, as soon as it crushes one piece of gravel, it's like, there's not a full stack, must put more in, and try and keep it full. I really don't know what it's going to do. I would need to test that. Right now, though, I need to worry about electricity. Where am I going? That's not the way out. Either I need to worry about power, or I need to turn this whole machine off, which might not be a bad idea. You know what? Let's go check on the solar panels. While we're at it, I want you, and you. Actually, no, I don't really need you. Okay, it's still not listing any out. Solar panels are all drained. And it's standing still? How is that possible? At peak production, it's able to keep up? Oh. Wow, that that takes power real fast. Wow, that's a lot of power. Yeah, I definitely need more solar panels. So I'm gonna work on that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the episode. Hopefully, you know, the amount of tech that I just went through wasn't too much for you. Hopefully you guys understood it. If you don't, let me know. I can try and explain it in greater detail if you think that'll help. If you think that level of detail is just, it's boring, you don't want it, let me know. Nothing's saying that I'm gonna stop it, just because, you know, that was kind of my goal, is to be a very tech-oriented, well, not necessarily tech, technical-oriented, because I will be getting into Botania. My mana pools here are almost full. And I'll start mass producing more flowers and stuff like that. And I'm going to be getting into Thaumcraft. Thaumcraft is an amazing mod. I love Thaumcraft. So I'm going to be dealing with Thaumcraft. I'm going to be dealing with Botania. So I'm going to be dealing with the magic mods too. It's not just the technology. But I've always been a technical player. That's just who I am. That is just... Oh, I realize it's no longer peak of the day either. I'm not producing enough power. Anyway, I've always been a technical player. I've always preferred technical styles. And, you know, that's not something you see very often. It really isn't. At least not in the stuff that I've watched. Maybe other people are just watching completely different videos than me, and I'm just being a complete derp. But anyway, this is me saying see ya, have a good day. If you liked it, leave a like, comment, tell me what you thought. Good, bad, highs, you suck, I don't know, I don't care. Anything, say it. I'll see you next time.